Hello, 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 beautiful beings. What is the COVID-19 teaching us? In my meditation recently, I received information about the COVID-19, and I want to share it with you because I feel like it was this metaphoric message about what is this virus teaching us. Besides the obvious, what else can we learn from the situations that we have all been forced into? Let's break it down. We have to consistently wash our hands for longer and more often than we ever did before. That is giving us this very clear message. It's teaching us to clean up our lives, to pay more attention, to be more thorough with taking care of ourselves, not just our hands, our lives. Let's be more mindful of the little details, the little things in our lives that can take us off track. And this is forcing us to be more mindful, and that's a good thing. Today in Florida is our first day of lockdown. Being the first day of lockdown to stay inside, of course, I've been talking about it for weeks because I've been staying home, and I hope you are too. To stay home, what else does that mean besides just staying home? We don't have to look at this as just being locked up. It's staying in, right? It's going within. It's going within our own homes. But what if it's also about going within ourselves? There is a metaphor of words here, but going within, this is giving us an opportunity to have more time to really focus on what is important in our lives and what does it mean to us to have our freedom, to have our health, to have our people around us. While you're staying home, go inside yourself and begin to ask yourself these questions and become more mindful of who you are in the world and what's really important. What do you really need? What have you been tested about? What have you been learning about yourself and about your life? Go within. The whole thing about the masks is it's about protecting other people. And by wearing the masks, it's making everyone become so mindful that we need to protect one another. We're being forced to look at, hey, we need protection, and so does everyone else, even the people we don't know, because we are all one and we need to take care of each other. And that is how this world is going to become a better world. That's how we're going to find more peace in the world. When we have more peace and love in ourselves, we have love for our fellow human beings, this world's going to shift. And that's all we need is a little shift to create more peace in the world, more love in the world, more healing in the world. Another thing we can look at is the throat. The virus can enter the body through the mouth and the nose. It ends up on the throat. And what I've read and learned is that you drink warm fluids every 20 minutes, or even any fluid, just not cold. Warm fluids are the best. It kills the virus. It pushes it into the stomach, and it kills it with the stomach acid. There's a lot of acids in the stomach to break down for digestion, so those are the acids that can kill the virus. But it's when we leave it on our throat for an extended period and we start to breathe it into the lungs is when it gets extremely dangerous. If we look at that as I am going to take care of myself and not allow what may have come into me from someone else to hurt me. That's the metaphoric message for the throat. I am not going to let what is going on the outside, what other people think or say about me, I am not going to allow that to hurt me. And it's also in the throat area. It's in the throat chakra. The throat chakra is about speaking your truth. When we can speak our truth with respect to one another, it's empowering, it's exciting, but it's also about speaking with respect to one another and your truth, even when we don't get along. And what do we know next? Well, if we breathe it in and it ends up in our lungs, that's what starts to make people become in critical condition. They're unable to breathe and some of them die. If we look at that, that is our life force. That is our breath of life, right? That is how we survive, by getting air into our lungs. The Amazon jungle is like the lungs of our planet. It supplies oxygen to our planet. And because of the palm oil, because of the big businesses down there, because of what humans have allowed to be taken from our earth, these fires started and were uncontrollable. But guess what's happening right now? Humans are fighting for air. We, with this virus, are being forced to being suffocated and not having enough air come in. And that's what we were doing as humans to our planet by destroying the rainforest. So this virus is teaching us these things. Be mindful. Take care of yourself. Be meticulous about taking care of yourself. Be mindful and be meticulous about taking care of others and making sure that they are safe. Be aware about speaking your truth and about listening to others, but not allowing them to hurt you. And we can take care of each other. We don't have to lose millions of people as a race. We can change the outcome by learning what this virus is teaching us as a human race. And now it is time for an interruption. And today's interruption is brought to you by the key of A. The A key is also considered the key of the third eye chakra, which is basically our intuition, our ability to sense things and know what's in our environment. Gets activated during meditation. So it is about being mindful, right? So let's just take a moment. Let's do our practice breath. We're going to inhale, long, deep inhale, and hold it for 10 seconds. Okay, here we go. You ready? Inhale. Three, two, one. Exhale fully and slowly. Now let's just do a couple deep breaths, just to become mindful. Bring your attention into the body, into the mind. If there's any thoughts coming in, just notice them and let them go. Let them float away like a cloud or like a leaf down a river. It's just a thought. And then come back to your breath. Remind yourself that this moment is the power of your life, of what's really important and what matters. And as always, if you had any problem or coughs while holding the breath, please call your doctor right away or go to a clinic and get checked. Okay, today's funny story is once again about my child. This time she was about 12 years old and we were driving home from school or some activity that she was in, and there was a song on the radio and it was by Smash Mouth and she's singing it word for word and I'm like, wow, she knows the words to this. And then comes the chorus and she goes, "This is the end, so blow all your heads off." And I was like, what? Oh my God, that can't be what they say. That's not what they say. She's like, yeah, Mom, that's what they say. Listen. It came on again and I listened and I was like, no, Chelsea, they're not saying this is the end, so blow all their heads off. They are saying this is the anthem. Throw all your hands up. I was like, oh my gosh. And so the moral of the story is, what we think we know about ourselves, what we think we know about our world, and even this virus, we don't really know. But what we think we know, and sometimes what is real, can be two totally different things. And we can become more aware and be more mindful and find out what's really true about us. Maybe we don't need as much as we thought we needed. Maybe we do need some rest. Maybe we are glad to be home. Maybe we are glad to be part of making a difference in society and changing the way we treat one another. It's just like, once the truth is told, once we become aware of what's real and what matters, it just changes everything. After she learned the right words, she's never going to sing the old words again. It's like walking through the forest and seeing a snake and being scared and startled and then doing a double take and realizing it's only a rope. It doesn't matter how many times somebody's going to try to tell you that that's a snake. You now know that it's a rope. You now know what's important in life. Let's move forward, living our lives from knowing the truth. We are all love. We are all light. We are all one. We are a collective. We have the power to change the outcome if we come together with love and help protect each other, and we can make a difference. I love you guys. Peace out.